Now, how is knowledge going to free me? Bhagwan will tell you in the next shloka. Let's go ahead. 37. Chant with me. Yathay dhamsi samidognihi bhasmasat kuruterjuna jnanagni sarvakarmani bhasmasat kurute tatha. Bhagwan says, for as the blazing fire reduces the fuel to ashes, Arjun, even so the fire of knowledge turns all actions to ashes. Let's understand. Yatha, as. Sammedo, blazing. Agni, you know, fire. Kurute, reduces. Edhamsi, pieces of wood. Bhasmasat, to ashes. Just as a blazing fire will reduce wood or whatever you put into it into ashes, tatha, in that way, similarly, Jnana Agnihi, the fire of knowledge, Kurute, again, reduces, Sarva Karmani, all actions, Bhasmasat, to ashes. Don't think that you'll get knowledge, then whatever you do will burn up. The action will not burn up. I mean, the action of building a mansion, then suddenly you have knowledge and the mansion will burn into ashes. Don't think like that. The effect of the action will burn into ashes. So those of you who were with me for the 15th Adhyay, 15th chapter, we talked about which tree? People tree, Ashwatha. And the Ashwatha tree is compared to Sansar. Okay? How does a tree grow? From a seed. From the seed, a tree spouts. Similarly, what is the seed for action? What is the seed for Sansar? Desire. And desire causes karma. Okay, so karma is the seed for all that is happening in Sansar. So knowledge is compared to a blazing fire here. What does that blazing fire do? It burns the seeds of Sansar. Seeds of Sansar are karma. Okay? So it's not just you read a book and you'll get the knowledge and your karma will get burnt out. No, you have to implement the knowledge. You have to go through all the steps that Bhagwan has recommended. And after going through all the steps, you will get what we call self-realization. Self-realization. That can only happen when the knowledge is actually experimented with. And when you've experimented, applied the knowledge in your life, you will get the right perception of who am I, and that will help you to burn the seed of karma. All right. So then, recap a little bit we have done before. There are three kinds of karma, right? And once those of you who have attended my satsang, what was it? Fate or free will, we did in ISKCON. We had talked about three karmas. So let's talk about them a little bit briefly. First karma is called Sanchit karma. Let's go with Sanchit karma. What is Sanchit karma? All the karma that we have earned from all our past lives, all the actions we have done, that result, the fruit of that action is stored. It is recorded. It is stored from all the previous lifetimes. Where is it stored? On some cloud? In some book? Where is it stored? In here, in our own antakaran, in our own unconscious mind. All the sanchit karma of all the past actions from all our past lives is all intact. These karmas are not being experienced in this lifetime. We have not yet brought those karmas out. They are still in storage. How can I explain? Let's say there is a farmer. He's growing some crops, let's say some wheat. He has had a bumper crop. So what does he do? He's not going to eat that whole thing. So all the grain is stored in one storehouse, in one barn, in one godown. It is stored for future use whenever he needs to use it. So all that stored grain is sanchit karma. Okay? He's not eating it now. He's not using it now. It's just stored for future. When a jnani gets self-realization, all this stored sanchit karma, khatam, finished, dissolved, destroyed. That entire godown becomes empty. That is sanchit. Agami, second kind of karma, or some people call it kriyaman. Now also we are doing some actions in this lifetime. The effect of this action that we are doing, like right now we are sitting here, this also will take some karma, will also result in some karma. So all the present life actions which will result in karma later in the future is called agami or kriyaman. That also we are not experiencing right now. Right now we are only experiencing the action. Later we will be experiencing the effect of that action, the result of that action. What has the farmer done? Excess crop has been put in the godown. So much wheat is already there. So is he going to just sit back and, kick his heels and let his hair down? No, he's going to put more seeds in the field. So the more seeds which he's putting for future is agami. Getting it? Adding, it will get added. Yep. What the Shastra says, the minute you have self-realization, sanchit karma and agami karma get destroyed, finished, they're over. In Bhagavad Puran, there is a saying that Bhagwan tells the gopis that if you roast the chana, it will not germinate. It will not grow into a fruit. It will not give fruit. So we have to roast our actions in the furnace so that whatever action we do, it does not result in a fruit later. So knowledge is that furnace. Knowledge is that furnace which will roast our chana actions so that whatever action we do does not result in sanchit karma or agami karma. So we have to burn it. Fire burns everything. When we do a havan, we put some very tasty mithai in it. We put some herbs. We put some wood. The fire does not distinguish what I have put in. You cannot say, "Arey, this mithai is very expensive, huh?" You don't burn this mithai. You burn this other wood. You burn this other grass. You burn this other seed. But my nice mithai you don't burn. In the same way, we cannot expect that only pap will burn and our punya will be kept intact. In the fire of knowledge, pap and punya both have to burn because pap and punya are both bondages. Okay? All right. So then, we have been told that every action produces a result. So if the jnani is doing the action correctly, then what happens to the punya? What happens to the pap of the jnani? What happens to the fruit of the action? Law of nature says that every action produces a result. What it means is that the result will not come to the jnani. If the result does not come to the jnani, then where will it go? To Brahma. Brahmarpanam, Brahma, you take my pap and you take my punya. The good action, the punya of the jnani goes to the sevaks, to the bhaks of the guru, to the jnani. Bhaks or sevaks of the jnani, the good punya. And if by chance the guru does some ashubh action, then who does it go to? Those who trouble the guru, those who those who hurt the guru, those who criticize, those who are doing adharma towards the guru. Hopefully the gurus will not do any ashubh action, but if by chance, for example, he's walking and he's crushing some ants under his foot, and that is also adharma. He swats a mosquito, that is also adharma. Who will that go to? Will go to the ones who are hurting, harming the guru. That's what the Shastras say, I don't know. So we know about Sanchit karma. We know about Agami karma. Is there one more? Prarabdha. What is Prarabdha? So all that bank balance, karma balance, Sanchit karma, which we have stored from all our past lives, some of those karmas become mature for experiencing. So we come, when that karma becomes ripe, when that karma becomes mature in the subtle realm, a body has to be made to bring that karma into sansar. So first comes karma, and to suit that karma, we get a body. And we bring that karma with this body into sansar. So body is made after karma. And this karma belongs to the body which committed the sin or committed the action earlier. It's not belonging to the Atma, right? Atma does not get karma, right? Atma is pure. Who got the karma? That body which did the action. Now one body is being made to bring that karma into the world. So this karma is whose karma? The new body's karma, not the Atma's karma. It's the body's karma. So a new body gets started. What is the word for starting? Prarambh. So from that prarambh, the word came prarabdha karma. The karma has started in the new body. So whatever we are experiencing in this world, in this lifetime, is the fruit of the body, of the action that was performed in that previous body. Right? So coming back to our example of the farmer, he had all that stored wheat in the godown. Some of that stored wheat he took out for using, to consume, to sell, to do whatever he wanted to do with it. He took it out of Sanchit and he started using it. He started beginning to use it. He did prarambh of that wheat. So that karma is called prarabdha karma. That wheat which he's using is prarabdha karma. Okay. Unfortunately, knowledge will destroy agami. Knowledge will destroy sanchit, but knowledge cannot destroy prarabdha. It's the most unfortunate. How will this prarabdha karma get exhausted? By experiencing it. by accepting it and experiencing it. Only by glad acceptance and experiencing. Once it has started, it cannot be taken back. That's why they call it the arrow which has already left the bow of the archer. Once the archer has strung and the arrow has gone, how will he go and catch that arrow and bring it back? He cannot do it. Therefore, you have to experience it. Then when that prarabdha finishes, what will happen? Your body will drop, because no more prarabdha, no need for body. Body was created only for the prarabdha, right? But now no more prarabdha is left. It's finished, it's experienced, it's over. The body is now no longer needed. Therefore, my dears, I tell you, don't curse your prarabdha too much. Don't say, when will this end? When will this prarabdha get over? I want to enjoy my life once at least. No, when that prarabdha gets over, you also will be over. Okay. So what to do then? So what to do then? Gladly accept it. Means what? Enjoy the prarabdha. Why you're waiting for prarabdha to finish to enjoy? Anybody stop you from enjoying now? Enjoy whatever it is, because you know that this is what is going to give me eternal freedom. Okay, don't curse it. It has come as a blessing for you. Okay. All right. You understood how knowledge destroys it? Yeah. Farmer. All the three? Okay. So he grew the crop. There was a lot of wheat. He was not so hungry. He had ate a little bit maybe, and he put the rest of the crop in the godown, stored it. Sanchit karma. But after the harvest was over and so much crop was there, he was a hard-working farmer. So he didn't say, I have so much wheat in my godown, 1 year I'll not work only. He didn't do that. He went back into the field and he said, let me grow the next season's crop. When he does that work, that is also an action. That will also result in a fruit of the action. So that which is you're doing now, the fruit is yet to come to you later, still to be evolved. That is agami, future. Okay. Now from all that was stored, some of it he took out. Now finally he has to take out some wheat to eat, to sell, to make his livelihood. Whatever he took out from Sanchit to experience in this lifetime, whatever we take out from our Sanchit karma to experience in this lifetime, and we get born with that karma, that is called prarabdha. Sanchit and agami get destroyed by knowledge. Prarabdha, you have to experience it gladly, you have to enjoy it, and then finally it gets over. And if you can enjoy your prarabdha, if you can accept your prarabdha gladly, if you can do all those things, you can be sure you will cross the boat also in that raft of knowledge. Sanchit and agami will also go along with prarabdha. Okay? All right. So by doing all these things, you will realize who you are, your true identity. The limited I, the notion of limited I will drop. You will understand, Arey, all this time I thought I was just a human being. Now I know I am that which I am searching. Then knowledge will happen. Just like when you dream, na? Let's say you have a dream at night. Sometimes in the dream, you may think you are a very pious sant and all, and you're doing a lot of good work, lot of punya is there. One godown is full of punya only. And sometimes you may think you're a Mahapapi. And you're quite happy also with that, because a lot of, stuff you have done to trouble other people, and you're quite happy with that. A lot of pap is also collected over there. But you wake up, it's a dream. Hello, it's a dream. When you wake up in the morning, where is the papi? Gone. Where is the saint? Gone. Where are the good deeds? Gone. Where are the bad deeds? Gone. When you wake up in the morning, sant and sinner both disappear. Pap and punya both disappear. Therefore, when you wake up from avidya, when you wake up from your ignorance of being just a simple, limited human being, and you wake up to the knowledge, aham brahmasmi, then all the stuff that you had collected of limited notion of I will drop, pap will also drop, punya will also drop. Then what will happen? Eternal bliss, right? So in the earlier shloka, Bhagavan emphasized knowledge itself is the boat that carries us to our liberation. And in this shlok 37, Bhagavan is emphasizing that knowledge itself is the fire that will burn the seeds of karma. So now, what else does Bhagavan want to tell us about knowledge? Some very important things. These 3-4 verses of today are extremely useful for every sadhak. Extremely useful, okay? So let's go to 38.